Hi, my name's Steve Martiele, and I realize it's been a while since I've done a video, but right now, so my wife, our little dog Chloe, and I are just north of Salt Lake City in Utah, and we've been here for about 5 days, and we're just on our last night here, and then we're going up to Boise, Idaho, and then to Coeur d'Alene. And so, a couple things. I want to talk about why the Canadian Truckers Convoy, really exciting stuff. I was amazed to see what happened this week and how many people have lit up. This is really a very spontaneous light up. I didn't see it coming. And if you haven't watched any of this, we even noticed there was a couple bridges when we were driving in Utah that had Canadian flags. And there's people in the U.S. that are recognizing the Truckers Envoy, not only in the U.S., but actually in Australia and Italy as well. I've seen they started their own convoys or trucker convoys. And the convoy is not about being anti, jab. They're really about anti-restrictions, anti-government overreach. And because of that, it's stirred quite of excitement in a lot of people. But the reason I wanted to shoot this video is I have two messages that I want to really bring home to you. And I'm going to give some examples. So one is about this change in, we'll call the cadence of darkness to light. Okay? Now, darkness in itself intrinsically doesn't do anything. It's the light that makes a change. So if you want to see a change in your life, you want to shine a light on an area that had darkness, right? So like, say, an unconscious pattern from your past, or just information you're getting. Now you're getting new information because there's light, because light brings awareness, right? And I haven't shot a video in literally 2 weeks since we left Florida because I actually got Omicron, COVID. I don't even know what it's called now. But anyways, I got hit pretty bad. Had body aches, fever, cough. I still got a little bit of a cold, but it's been about 2 weeks and I just started running again, getting back active again. So yeah, I got hit pretty hard, but I also I'm feeling like myself again. So that's why I wanted to shoot this video and share these important messages with you. So first, let me just explain a couple things that I found very fascinating living in the U.S. for the last 7 months, being a Canadian living in the U.S. One is that there's this negative stereotype or bias towards Americans that, they're full of themselves and they're really proud, but they're like, it's almost beyond proud. They're like, they're always taunting and talking about how amazing America is. And what's amazing is that the opposite, I'm not saying they're not pride, there isn't pride, but the ego aspect of that pride, I have not actively seen it in maybe one person in the last 7 months that we've met that is American, that everyone's been amazing, very polite, very friendly, very compassionate. We just went for a walk with our dog in this little neighborhood in Utah, just north of Salt Lake City. And this woman said, we were walking our dog, we're walking Chloe, and she said, there's 3 dogs loose. She stopped her vehicle beside us to tell us that there's 3 dogs loose, just so you let you know that side of the road, and we just went the other way. It was a courtesy. And it's been like that since we've gotten here. The day we got into Florida, we met a woman who is an American that immigrated from Cuba. She saw our license plate, saw Ontario, and she came over and started sharing maps of Florida with us, and just we talked to her for like half an hour. It was our first day here. So this biased stereotype that Canadians have about Americans, and they think they're the best and all this stuff, I personally believe that it's a programming that's been conditioned to create a separation between us and Americans. And that separation, by the way, is going away. And I want to talk about why. Because this negative bias that Canadians have about Americans, which I never really bought into, like even when I went to Europe like 20 years ago, we met Americans and there was this bias that I had in the background that, oh, they're American, and you judge them a certain way. And it's all around the world. And I think that bias was created intentionally by the elite to distort reality and what is true about Americans, which are amazing, compassionate, loving people everywhere we went, right? We're staying in someone's house tonight, and it's just for the night, but the people have been amazing. So where does this bias come from? I believe the elite have been doing this for eons. They've been distorting our reality as Canadians and people that are anti-American just so that we could create this disconnect between humans, because that's what we all are. And because the elite know how powerful you are, because they know that your biofield, this energetic field you have, is driven by information, they give you the information that they want you to have so they can pursue their own agenda. Okay? So that's my point of view. But the good news is this. This is where it gets really good. Is that people are waking up. There are higher levels of a discernment that I've ever seen in people before. I'm noticing it in myself as well. My level of intuition, discernment, knowing is amplified at levels I've never experienced in my life before. Knowing things before they happen. Like, for example, I slept in this morning and I'm like, I wonder what time I slept past my wake up alarm. I'm like, probably 42 minutes. I checked, it was 40 minutes. So it's like this inner knowing is becoming more constant and more amplified. And people everywhere are waking up this inner knowing. And they're realizing that the information they've been receiving from these elite does not feel like the truth. And because of this, this is where things get very exciting, because when you shine your light, it reveals what the darkness has been hiding from you. Okay? And the light is what reveals the truth. So the way that you get rid of darkness is you shine light. If you shine light on yourself, you just bring in light. Like you think of the sunshine, you close your eyes, you think of sunshine, that lightness, and you bring it into your body. It will bring awareness to you. If you do it to another person, it will bring insight and awareness to them. If you're trying to control people, I wouldn't recommend you do that. But if you want to bring the truth to someone else, send them light. Because that's what's happening at a mass scale right now. So if you want to know more of the truth, keep shining your light to yourself and to others. If you want to keep knowing the truth, always shine the light. It will always, if you walk into a room that's dark and you have a match and you light that match, right? You flip it on, that light or that match or that, all of a sudden you bring awareness and insight to that room. And that's all that's happening right now. So the truckers convoy, right? The Canadian truckers convoy, what really happened, I personally believe, is that people finally had enough and they awoke into a truth that they didn't get from mainstream media, but they got from their own discernment. And that's why I'm saying this higher level discernment, this light that people have, they are not only getting the urge to express it, but there's spark that has sparked a lot of Canadians, was translated into action with this massive convoy of truckers and people all throughout Canada supporting and encouraging the change of these massive overreach of the government. So why is that important? Is because it sparked an inspiration in other countries and other places, Australia, Italy, the US, to keep going, keep going. This is how we see change, is to spread the light. Okay? So that's one of my main messages, is that if you feel that you're in a dark place right now, or you feel that you're not getting the truth, send love and light to those areas. Send it to yourself, send it to other people, and then let them discern the truth. Okay? So that's number one. And then the second is that once you get an urge to take action based on your new information, this new realization, right? This new information and realization that you get, whatever it is, because remember, you're shining light on yourself. What happens is you realize something. You get new information. With that new information, it's going to give you potentially a spark or an urge to do something. You've got to have the courage to follow that urge, no matter what. Okay? That's my message for today. Those are the two things I wanted to share with you. I hope and wish you love and light. And as soon as we can get settled up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho in the next few days, I will start shooting some more videos. If you have ideas you want me to, questions, challenges right now that you want me to at least coach you through, talk you through in one of my YouTube videos, then let me know what it is in the comments below. Just post below, ask questions, and I'll do my best to answer them in the next few videos, okay? Awesome. Thanks for watching and listening. My name's Steve. I've got my new book coming out this year, The 7-Day Manifestation Experiment, How You Create Your World. If you'd like to get on the waiting list, there's a link down below. You can get on the waiting list for the book, and I'll send you my quantum manifestation training video series, 1 video a week, while you wait until I get my book written and published, okay? Awesome. Have a great rest of your day and week, and I'll talk to you real soon.